This conference will now be recorded.
Hi. So, and today is the important topic I'm discussing. So, method overriding. So, method overriding I'm discussing today's class. So, what is mean by overriding method? Overriding. So, so how the method overriding will work, right? So, methods means we know that. So it's having the name in the different and is the method having the some parameters or some return type is having, right? So that is known as a method or the function we can also call. But in Java terminology, we need to call as a methods only, right? So method overriding how it will work. Method overriding how it will work. So same in the previous class we have covered a class. So here I'm opening this commented code also, right? So this commented code, it's look like this is the method. So what is the method name here? Show I comma, so ij, show ij. So the method name is show ij. So some same method, if we write in our subclass, so what will happen? What will happen? So as of now, if we write in the subclass also, if we write in the subclass also, based on the reference, the object is going to call the particular method, right? So if we write the same class method in the subclass, nothing will happen. We are not going to get any compile time or the runtime exceptions. So based on the object reference, the method is going to call. Based on the object reference, the method is going to call. So how it's going to call? So let's see. Otherwise, I will use only show. This is the nice, right? So here I'm removing all the parameters. So show method of a class. Show method of a class. So why I'm writing the some informations like, so we want to know, so which method is calling, so which method is called for these. So how we can observe based on the some output only we can observe, right? So which method is called? So like I am creating this show method. So just do one thing, copy the same method in the B class also. In the, oh, don't no need to copy because we already defined in the subclass. So we already defined in subclass. So just we need to change the method information to what we need to write. Show method of B class. Show method of B class. So save A class as well as B class. Save A class as well as B class. Now what we need to do? Now what we need to do? So create a one object for the B class, right? Create a object for the B class. So where we need to create? So because so we are using, okay, just comment out CC B is equals to new B, right? So once we create an object for the B dot show, B dot show. So now B dot show. Now which method is going to call? Which method is going to call? Which method is going to call? We need to see like again compile. Sample inheritance is compiled successfully. Just execute. Show method of A class. show method of A class. Why show method of A class? Why the show method of A class is called? So why the show method of A class is called? Anyone, any idea? Any idea why the show method is called main method?
This conference will now be recorded.
See, hey, can go through the message which we got. So it's calling from show method of A class, right? So can you see the override concept says that we needed two methods. So one is the superclass and one more is subclass. One more is subclass. But in our subclass, so we did not define the show method. We did not define the show method. We defined some method. We did not define the show method. We did not. So now I define the show method. So we are expectation output is this method should call, not on the superclass method. Not on the superclass method. Again compile. So again execute. See the show method of B class is called. So the first example I am trying to call the B class, but unfortunately, so I did not override the show method. I did not override the show method. So that's the reason it's calling the superclass method. Now it's called the subclass method. It's called the subclass method. That is a show method of B class, right? Now we will discuss and one more thing. One more thing. Go to the here I'm changing. Here I'm changing for A. B. See, now again we see the same output. First clean and compile successfully execute. Again it's called the superclass. Again it's called the superclass method only. Again it's called the superclass method. Now again I will change something called again I will change something or we will write A is equals to A, new A dot show A dot show A dot show. See the magic here. What is going to happen here? Compile and execute. See the outputs here. See the outputs. See, don't see the constructor related information because manually we are calling a class constructor. So that's the reason it's called one more time. That is a class constructor is called. That's a class constructor is called again call because manually we are calling the a class constructor second time. So that's the reason it's called. But here the show method of a class call. Why the show method of a class call? Can you go through that? Here a b and new object, new b object. We created a b object, but that's pointing to the a reference. That time b show, but it's calling the subclass methods only. Why it's called the subclass method? Why it's called subclass method? Because object is pointing to the which class? Object is pointing to which class? Subclass. But reference is the superclass only. But the flow here is first 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 in checking in subclass, it's checking in subclass. Whatever it is, if the reference is super or sub, first is going to check first it's going to checking in the subclass object, because this is pointing to the subclass only. This is pointing to the subclass. If it is not found, then it's going to call the a class constructor, a class method, a class method. Here it's pointing the object is which what type? A class. It's pointing in what type object? It is an A class. So the show method is calling a method, right? Because object, the heap memory is a different. Object is stored in a different location. That is an A type of object. So that's the reason the A method is calling. Because here it is an B, here it is an A. So based on the object, reference is not mandatory. As of now, reference is not mandatory, because it's checking in the subclass. If it is not found, then it's going to execute in the superclass constructor. So here I want to tell you the one thing: method overriding. Method overriding concept comes. So when here we have a two classes, in the two classes, the method show method is available, right? In the two classes, show method is available. But we create an object for the subclass. One time we create an object subclass and the reference also same subclass. But second time we create an object for the subclass, the reference is different. But both cases, object or show method is called in the subclasses only. Why it's not calling the superclass? So because of object, it's not calling the superclass. So this is concept known as a method overriding. Method overriding. So here for specific implementation where in our box B class. So here in the B class, if you want to write anything, like if you want to some calculator, if you want to calculate, we can use the calculate operation. It will not affect to the base class. What is the base class? A class, right? So, so if you want to do some specific requirement, so we can override the method. We can override the method. So these are the related to the instance methods. As of now, these are the instance method. Now, one day I covered the static method. One day I covered the static keyword, static variable, static method, static blocks. So I think you remember or not. So when we use static for both methods, so that time it's not going to check with the object. That time it's not going to check with the object. It's not checking with the class, because I covered class name dot method name. The static method is calling without calling the object as well, right? So that's the reason the static methods are, if you write the same methods in the both classes, the static method. So that static method based on the object is going to call the particular method. The static, they are not depends on the object. Now I think it's clear. So overriding methods, and these overriding methods, how it's look like in static static variation, right? Instance methods and static methods will be covered. So this is all about the method overriding concept. Method overriding concept. Now This is all about the method overriding concept, right? So we will see one more important topic. So that is dynamic method dispatch. So it's very important dynamic method response. So how it's look like. Again, we will see the same information here only because so if I'm creating one more object, one more class, it's again we will get some difficult and again we cannot get this flow of the executions. So now what I'm doing here is how uh, so dynamic method dispatch. So what is the dynamic method dispatch? How it's look like? So now we will see the dynamic method dispatch also. So for example, so for example, so what I am doing here is I am creating a class and we have a show method. The B class also override the show method. And the C class also I am overriding the show method. And go to so so the same method I am writing in C class. I am writing in C class. Mm, So now so in the three classes we have a show method. In the three classes we have a show method. A class having show method. So a class show method is overridden into B class, right? Into B class and as well as into C class. Into C class. So now in C class again we overridden the show method. So this is the overridden show method. This is the overridden show method. Now what we want to do, what I want, what I'm doing right now. So just I'm creating remove this as well as this. Now here just see the magic. A is equals to new A. I'm creating a class object and do B is equals to new B. I'm creating a B class object. C is equals to new C. So I created the three objects, right? A object I created, B object I created, and C object I created. Three object I created. Now see the magic. Now see the magic. So again I'm just declaring the reference reference. Just I'm declaring the reference. So because we have a three different objects. We have a three different objects. So what are the three? A and B and C. And C. These three are the different objects. This small a pointing to the A and this B is pointing to the B and C pointing to the C. So now they are pointing to any way? No, no. Just we declare, but we did not create any object for the A, right? So now just remove this. Now what I'm doing here is so here R is equals to A. Here R is equals to A. What I'm doing here is R. So when we define R is equals to A, one more object is created along with A A, B, and now we have a one more object called R. Now we have a one more object called R. So in R object, so what are the properties are available? What are the properties are available? In R, we have only the method called show. In R, we have only method because in the A class, also we have a show method. Go to the A class. We have only show method. We have only show method. So the show method come to the R class. The show method come to the R class, right? So how the show method come to the R class? We will see here. Because these A reference to the the small A reference to this object, right? The small A reference to the small object. Now the whole object I'm assigning to the R. I'm changing to the R. So now what is going to do? Again is one more object is created with the all properties and methods of A. So that's the reason we directly come to the R. So in R, the show method is available. In R, the show method is available as of now. Now what I am doing? Now what I am doing here is again I'm calling the R dot show. R dot show. R dot show. Yes. Sorry. Now I am calling the R dot show. Just see the magic. What will happen here? So which constructor is going to execute? So compile this code and execute the code. Show method of A class construct. A method call. Why again? Why the show of so here why the A class method is called? Any idea? Because so we have an A object. We assign to the R variable. That is an R object. So we are covered in the whatever the objects are available that come to the R object. So in R object, what method is available? It is an A method only, right? A class show method only, right? That's the reason from the A class show method is called. A class show method is called. Now see the magic. Now see the magic. Now what I am doing here is again R is equals to B. R is equals to B. R dot show. R dot show. Right? R dot show. See the again the information. Sorry. I need to combine because we changed some logic. Execute. See? Show method of A and show method of B. Why it's calling again show B? We need to call the A, right? Because in the R object, the previously we have A class properties, that is the show method of A. Why is calling the B? So here, previous in the R object, previous in the R object, A class show is available. A class show is available. It's gone. Now B class show available. Now B class show available. So that's the reason At line number 34, it's called the B class show method. At line number 32, it's called the A class show method because it's overridden. Now this B is going to happen. So how B is going to happen? R is equal to C. R dot show. R dot show. See the magic sample runtime. See A B C. A B C. No, it's called the B only. Something we miss. No. Let's see in the C class we have show method or not. Yes, we have. I think we did not save properly. So compile. No. Let's check what is happening. So go to the some object creations. You see A R R A R B R B R B R C. Right. I think R is equal to C. Right. It's need to call C class object, not B class object. Oh, need to check what is happening. Something is wrong. We write correctly only, right? R dot R equal to A, R equal to B, R equal to C. R dot show. Right only. Okay. A, B, C, 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 A, B, B, C, C. Correct. So the C extended A, B or not? Extended B is correct. Oh my, what is happening? Okay, okay. Just see the message. See the message of C class show method. Yes, yes. See, we return the message wrongly. We need to write C class method, right? Right. Now go to compile the code and execute. See, ABC is calling. So because of method message wrongly we defined in our C class. So this is the flaw. But check the cases because in the previous one, at method overriding the concept, we have a reference which is available in the super or the sub. The object is calling in the subclass. The method is calling the subclass. Now this is a different case, right? Have you get my question? Because we written wrongly. I think. Now I will write one more case here. A is equals to B, right? A dot show. A dot. This is the way only we written in the method already. So A reference. This A method is calling. This needs to call A class show method. Now We will see what is happening here. Variable already defined. Okay. It's checking with the variable already defined. It should A1. A1. Let's go to again. Compile. Compile successfully. Execute. See the magic. Show method of B class. Show method of B class is executing. Show method of B class is executed. See again what is happening. Because in the just few minutes back, based on the reference, the object is executed. Here is the difference. Here is the difference. See, whatever it is, just check the object. First check the object, because here in R also C object is available. At this time B object is available. At this time A object is. So A class show method and B class show method and C class show method. Now here object is B. So the B class show method is going to execute. B class show method is going to execute. So this is the flow of method overriding, and it is very important. So do practice well, because if you have any doubts, please let me know.